You had a quick one on Tom Brady?
Yeah, I know. The Tom Brady roast on Netflix, Mr. Benja. I know you probably didn't see it. That's just you stay off of that negativity. But be honest with you, I'm there for it,
Oh,
man. I
whoa.
am so there
Roast
for
roast are not negative, but carry on.
it. Oh, this one got
Oh,
nasty. Look, I can't remember when the last good roast was. I think they did one with didn't they do one with Donald Trump one year? I think that was in like 26. It's been a minute since we had a big high profile roast like this. I would say at least 10 years, right? So for whatever reason, Tom Brady said, I'm going to do this and make this huge number one. It was live, so that was hard. It's going to be 3 hours. So I think just a curiosity factor this is a big comedy festival going on in LA, right down
oh,
where you are.
mhm.
And so Netflix is obviously Ted Sarandos is a big comedy fan. So they had all these live specials. They had the Cat Williams special, which was not good, but we'll talk about that later. So Club Shade got people's attention, but the interest and desire, I don't think Cat did that on this one. But then they had some live things from John. He's doing some interesting things. But then this live roast, and so I think the attention for me was just like, okay, I'll check it out. Tom Brady, he won my city, Tampa Bay, Super Bowl. Other people hate him, but kudos to him. So I checked it out, and so I said, I'm gonna check this out and see what happens. Man, I stayed up and watched the whole damn thing, man. It was so intriguing. And so it was hosted by Kevin Hart. So number one, I just came in there and said, okay, this is gonna roast Tom Brady. We're gonna talk about some sports jokes and nothing too hard hitting. Man, Kevin Hart set that thing off. Number one, Kevin Hart was just cussing, dropping F bombs. He doesn't do that as often anymore. And he was going nasty. He was going after the divorce. He was saying Tom Brady, he said, "Look, you should have known something." He said, she was taking 8 classes a day and was still a white belt with her Brazilian jiu-jitsu teacher, who she ended up cheating on Tom Brady with. He said, "You should have known better,
Hold
Tom."
it up.
And I was like, "Oh, they're going there." So anyway, so that's when it got me. And then I started watching all the different things. Some were better than others. But it was just funny. They had the roster of comedians and sports folks, and they have other folks. I'm not gonna go through the whole list, but they had names on comedians like Nikki Glazier, Sam J, Jeff Ross, the roast master, right? I guess that's his thing.
Yeah.
Andrew Schultz and Will Ferrell, who came out as Ron Burgundy. If you look at that list, people said Nikki Glazier, she has some of the best hits. Of that list, Mr. Benjamin, do you know who Tony Hinchcliffe? That's another comedian. Did you
Yeah,
know some of these guys, and did you like them, or what are your thoughts on the comedian side you
I
this
put
list?
him in the Joe Rogan fanboy camp where it's like he's not that good, but he's known because of the podcast scene. Jeff
Mm,
Ross is classic, has been around. Andrew Schultz definitely has his audience, mixes it up with Charlemagne. He still stays out there. Will Ferrell obviously has transcended that whole scene, but still stays in it, which is cool. And yeah, Sam J and Nikki Glasser, cool, but I'm not too. They're just like they're around, and yeah, these guys are all pretty good, so it's a good selection.
okay. You know what? I'm looking at this order I just put it in randomly. It's almost in the order of who did the best, I think. Yeah, Tony, I didn't know who he was from Adam because he was sitting in the audience. He wasn't on what they call the dais. Man, he came in hard. He came in so hard, Mr. Benja. It was like he was using the F word. He was calling people gay. And that to me was like, oh, is cancel culture done?
So,
Because
oh,
he just went hard.
so he's part of this. He's got a comedy thing called Kill Tony, which is basically you get up there and you try to kill him with jokes or talk bad about him. You can't hurt my feelings. Don't come in here and try to get your feelings hurt. And it's a springboard for new comedians. So they'll take
Mm,
new comedians and have them start telling jokes and have the toughest people in the world that just like bombing on you hard.
oof, yeah.
'Cause there's this large black guy, I forgot his name, but a comedian came up and started trying to tell jokes, and he jumped up like he was mad. "Oh, think that's funny? That's funny?" And the comedian was like and when the comedian broke down, it was like everybody just railed in. See, big black man comes in, he's slightly concerned. Now this is what happens. You're racist. Get off our stage. And it's just the kind of stuff that Tony does. So he's got
Yeah,
that lane. Yeah,
gotcha.
he's definitely a
Okay. I
Yeah.
didn't know him Adam, like I said, but he came in hard. And I knew Sam J. I saw some of her stuff. I saw her comedy special. That was actually the first one. That was really good. I tried to watch her show. It was okay. But
Mhm.
and then she was part of this other TV show I used to watch. But
Oh, Jay, that's right. For some reason, I was thinking of
yeah,
somebody else, but yeah, go ahead.
she was in she wrote for Saturday Night Live for many years. She was the one that came up with Black Jeopardy. That's the rumor. So it was her. So she's funny. Yeah, she has her moments, but if she was just okay. Jeff Ross, I would put him below Andrew Schultz. Andrew Schultz came in hard, and it was like you could tell the ones who wanted to make it, like Tony, Nikki, Sam, and Andrew, which weren't well known. I'm assuming they probably came in like hard. They like, look, this is I'm going to be on live TV on Netflix and it's a stadium of people, and I'm in front of all these folks, rich folks and all
Yeah,
this. I think they knew the assignment. They knew this is my moment to come up. And I think Nikki definitely made her profile a lot better because even though Kevin Hart said her joke was she had the funniest set. So now she's got a special. She probably already had it, but now they're promoting it. It's so funny how this comedian stuff works, man. You know, they do stuff all the time. We know they're always doing jokes, they're always
yeah.
traveling. But then, like, when they get some heat, all of a sudden they got like a special coming out. You're like, "Ooh, what?"
Yeah.
It's whatever. And then it's not good. And then, did you see the Chris Rock special after the slap?
No.
It wasn't good. It's because the problem is we want to hear about the slap. We want to hear 60 minutes of the slap. They don't have material for 60 minutes for the slap. They have probably maybe 5 or 10 at their workshop. The rest of stuff they've been doing for the last 2 years, and so it's
Yeah.
never good. And same thing with Cat, maybe talked about Shay for 2 minutes of this, 60-minute special.
Mhm.
So it wasn't good. It's like, we came here to see you talk about a thing, but you're not talking about the thing because you already know what works, so you're gonna just do what works.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so I don't know if this is working well. So we'll see how Nikki does on her special. So anyway, and then just moving along, sports, you had Tom Brady. He was okay. He just the rebuttal piece, right? So he went hard. Peyton Manning, he's pretty good. He kept it clean. That's just Peyton Manning, just
Yeah.
Captain America. Gronk, man, that dude, that dude was just Kevin Hart said, he said, "What is it with white guys and just telling jokes about penises?" It's just and he was so right. It's like, that's all he did. It's just, "What are you doing?" And so when I play little sports, being in the locker room, man, that's just
Yeah.
this is what they do, man. It's just like, why? So anyway, what did and then him and so if you don't know, Gronk played with Tom Brady. Randy Moss, he
Wait, why
was
is Randy
terrible.
Moss on the list?
He played with Tom Brady for a couple years in the with the
Uh,
Patriots.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so for a couple years, but he was the worst. I don't know, he didn't have a good joke writer, and then he dressed like a old preacher daddy, so everybody ragged him on that, so he was not good. And it was like, "I thought you were gonna be funny, man," but he's just country. Julian Edelman, he was a teammate of Tom Brady, and then Drew Bledsoe, if you didn't know, he was the one that played for the Patriots, got hurt, and
Mhm.
Tom Brady took his starting position, and Drew Bledsoe never recovered. He started again with Buffalo, but he never matched
Right,
Tom
right.
Brady's career. And so he was funny. I was surprised how funny he was. But the guest of the night was Coach Belichick, who couldn't find a job after he got fired from the Patriots last year. He was actually surprisingly funny. So it's funny. These guys who were like so stoic when you watch football, oh, we didn't want to play, we didn't do this. He's coming out with jokes and having fun. I was like, it's all a game, man. It's all a game.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, you had other people like Ben Affleck. He wasn't good. He was just kissing Tom Brady's butt. Kim Kardashian, man, they booed her. That rumor, I saw it live and I saw the boos. But Netflix, we talked about this, Mr. Benja.
Okay.
Netflix goes back and edits these live things.
Yeah, they do.
And we talked about that too. They even go back to even stuff they put out there and that people had issues with and they edit it later. So I think we had a discussion about this, how streaming services are they going back and changing
Yeah.
things that are not acceptable
Tweaking,
anymore.
lengthening, shortening, removing, adding, all the
Yep.
above.
So it's almost like revisionist history where
Yeah.
they're just like changing how we perceive things, which I don't like because we don't own the libraries to this. But anyway, Kim Kardashian got booed and she was okay. I don't even know why she was up there, to be honest with
She
you.
knows some sports people from the past.
But I think she was, yeah, that she knows him intimately. We've
Mhm.
heard. I can't drag her. She's trying to be a lawyer now,
No,
trying
no,
to
it's not a
guess
drag.
two
Just saying
different
that's where she was.
facts. Just facts. But didn't they do a roast of her? I think they did a roast of her a couple years ago. Robert Kraft, he was a billionaire owner. So it's the funniest you probably saw this. Did you see this where Tom Brady, told Jeff Ross, "Cut that" excuse my language here, but "Cut that shit out." Did you hear him? You hear that room? Did you hear that? That permeate? Yeah, so that was the only thing that Tom Brady had issues with. Jeff Ross went into if you didn't know, Robert Kraft had issues with, a massage parlor where he was caught in a compromising position. And so basically that was the joke that Jeff Ross came with. He said, "Hey, this is being in a massage parlor, getting rubbed down or something like that." And then when Tom Brady did not like that, he stood up and said to Jeff Ross in his whisper in his ear, he said, "Hey, don't say that shit again." So that went viral because of that one joke. Yeah, I know. It's come on,
Well,
man.
when
Just let
when
it
when you
go.
do that, that draws more attention to it.
Exactly. You gotta let everything go. But dude, I'm telling you, Tom Brady, they ragged on his hair, the fact that he may be gay, the fact that his wife cheated on him, the fact that he lied about the footballs. But that was the one thing you didn't want people to talk
Yeah.
about. Oh, come on, man. Tom, get out of here. And then Dana White, I don't know why he was up there. I don't know, Mr. Benja. I guess he's just trying to be up there, but they ragged on him too. So anyway, so I thought it was interesting, fascinating, a sense that and I think a lot of millennials and the Gen Zers who saw this is, ooh, this is. They probably were shocked a little bit how raw this got, and I was like, hey, this is what you and I remember. So it was fine, but I was like looking at the eyes of how comedy can be sanitized now. This is definitely a different style that I don't and no one's careers is gonna get hurt from this. And so we'll see if comedians are gonna be a little bit more bolder in what they say on stage and not be
Yeah.
worried about the anti whatever
Yeah,
police.
that's a
So
that's a whole discussion. We'll get to that one day.